Gemini, to save some time, I already shuffled the cards and laid them out. I'm using a Celtic 10 card spread that allows me to look at past, present, and future influences. And as always, I'll be teaching the tarot through each card. So not only do you receive your message, but you grow your own intuitive skills, because that's kind of the relationship with the cards that we're building in this channel. And I really dig it that everybody's digging the cards. Okay, so Gemini, this week, it's really kind of a chill for you. You've been working so hard to prioritize and get things in place. And I'm not talking about a short amount of time. I'm talking about a long arc of time that's really starting to become like a little critical mass in the movement of your betterment forward, okay? But this week, I just need you to pause because the universe is trying to stir new ideas and new ways of moving forward for your betterment as well, okay? But the thing is, you still have some garbage to clean out from like your attic of a brain and your heart from the past. Some of the lingering stuff from people and situations that didn't live up to expectations or even were outright shady and just dirty handed. And you need to you've been dealing with it, but it's like the last kind of nuggets of like the broom that needs to just sweep up the last of it and just throw it out to the garbage. But you need to clean that up along with allowing new ideas to grow in that new kind of garden. You've plucked out the weeds, you put in some good compost, you work the land, and you're ready to plant like your new horizon and your new tomorrow for the harvest, right? Okay, and it'll look like a new horizon, I'll say that. And I can see how tired you are, and that's kind of why I'm having that reflection of you just taking a pause, because there's some really good stuff happening on in the creative, along with the heart and along with the pocketbook. So the kind of tough stuff and the really kind of disappointing stuff is really leaving behind this week. So I just really kind of want you to work really extra hard to make sure that happens, all right? Let me get into why I'm saying it. In that first card placement, the significator is the Nine of Wands. It's the end of the minor arcana of the creative, right? And during the journey of any of the minor arcanas, it's a very tough journey. We have all the ups and downs that go along, like we're taking a creative idea to a fruition, right? That's the Nine of Wands. And the ninth gives an indication that something needs to change, right? Something's been stirring in you in that creative that needs to kind of manifest it in new ways. And what the nine represents is giving you safe harbor to do so. And it's also a reflection how you need to trust not only your intuition, but your brain and experience and skill set to make the right decisions. But it's been so chaotic for so long, you haven't really had a pause to do that. In the last couple of months, 6 months, has been about prioritizing what stays, what goes, this goes here, that goes there. And now that kind of foundation has been built so you could kind of sit on it and relax a little bit, take out a little lounge chair, get your favorite drink and bask in that glory of having that accomplishment. But God's still not done with you, and he's got some really exciting stuff for you. So I want you to use this time to pause and reconnect with God, because a blending of the creative in that affirmation that you're winding up, new journeys are going to start. But what's interesting here is the crossing card, which is not allowing you to kind of really relax and get into a comfortable space of that acknowledgement that you've done a really good job and that you are going into safe harbor, because there's new stirring. So I got the Knight of Wands in that crossing card, right? And that's blocking that energy from just kind of releasing and letting go so I can move on. And what's so ironic, I really need you to flip that Knight of Wands on and not be afraid of it or scared of new adventures or new execution in new ways, including for business, okay? Or even your family and the way you want to do relationship. The whole thing has been on the table for you for a long time. And now God is asking, what do you want to do now? You know what I mean? You've been building this foundation. What are the walls going to look like? And the night wants to stir you up a little bit, but you're saying you're too tired, okay? So don't go take the nap or the meditative state, whatever you need to do to regroup. But God has got some stuff for you. And I'm going to definitely kind of stick with this message as well in the third card placement. And like what I like to say is God's placement to how to navigate the week is the 10 of Cups. So the happily ever after in the area of the heart. And you've been really working hard to this. So especially because it's on the 9. So let's say you want to blend the creative with more love time, family time, or people that you really care about, or even more importantly, just making yourself happy. That's the kind of the reflection of the Ten of Cups. It's a joyful state for the way that you're feeling internally. The narrative that you're talking to your heart and your head, it's in balance, it's in love, it's encouraging, it's confident. And the respect that you have for yourself out of the Ten of Cups is really manifested in your not only inner dialogue, but it get manifested in the light that you shine out to everybody else, because it's an inner confidence, it's self-esteem that can't be taken away and only earned, my friends, through the tough journey that you've gone through, Geminis. All right. So there's been a lot of shifts and turns, but here's the reward in, again, the first kind of highlight of you. Right? And that's where it all starts. If we're feeling really groovy, then we can embrace the Knight of Wands. We could say, I'm not tired. I'm ready for enthusiasm and excitement. I guarantee that's been lacking for a long time when the Knight appears. It means we need that shake up, right? I got to get the dead leaves off. I got to get that new growth going, right? And you're the new growth, and I'm going to stick with it too, because we got the great card in the fourth card placement, the gut of the matter, right? The base of the matter in the reading, I like to say that gut feeling you're having. The Queen of Wands is you. She's a reflection of Gemini. If the card had two people, that would be totally it. She's a lioness. She's a creative in the advertising, marketing, promotion, PR, putting ourselves out there in social settings. Everyone gravitates to the Queen. I often say she's a warm fire on a cold day. Everyone wants to gather around her. And it's not because of the way that we look. It's the way that we carry ourselves. And that light that I was talking about in the Ten of Cups, that only gets manufactured out of the Nine of Wands, right? It's taking the tough journeys and walking the walk and talking the talk, as they kind of say, right? You've done that, so you really need to pat yourself on the back, and it gets manifested in the Queen. So anywhere you need to apply that creative energy, anywhere from family, relationship, to work, to community, to yourself, she is there to help, and she is there to remind you that you have everything going on in those areas. So do not doubt it. It's your domain. You rule it, okay? So just go kick it wherever you want. But the kicking kind of is, the Queen is wants, I'm kind of duality here. I'm telling you to go kick it, but I really want you to relax so you can be able to kick it, right? I need that kind of formulated idea that's kind of got a lot of different pieces, and I just need to piece them together like the walls of your foundation, right? I just need to put them all together and finally decide, well, this is where the window's going. That's where the door I want it to be. So that's like kind of you right now in the next phase of your life. So it's really exciting. And I think part of the reflection of being tired is in that fifth card placement, the past reflection. We've got the major arcana, the moon. And I'm not going to kid you guys. The moon is one of the toughest cards in the tarot. She's, like I said, a major arcana, so she's a life lesson. I often say that you're like floating in the water, you're enjoying your life, and everything's going so nice, like, hey, and all of a sudden something from underwater grabs you by the ankles and you feel like you're drowning. You're in the deep waters, you can't get your next footing, you can't get your hands on anything, you can't see anything, and that's the whole point of the moon. She wants to literally scare the living daylights out of you, so you don't get scared anymore. So once you walk her path, because when she appears for me, she's a past reflection, especially in the past reflection of the fifth card placement, right? So her lessons are done, and she's like a rebirth for you, right? You come out of that shadowland, that dark time, the dark phase of the moon, right? And now you're knowledgeable and experienced again with that inner confidence that gets manifested in the Ten of Cups and the Queen of Wands. So believe this in you. And I'll also say something else, because I know sometimes in the non-exalted state, we could beat ourselves up about being a mama, right? Because the moon is mama, you know, and all that kind of stuff. So stop that. Again, it's past reflection. So all that kind of BS is behind you. And if you feel like you need to be an improvement in some areas, just do what you got to do. But don't beat yourself up, because that only just cuts creativity and love. And I have to honestly say, every mother that I know that's a Gemini, they're simply wonderful, and their whole world revolves around their children. So I'm just going to say that as a validation how good you people are, right? So again, the moon is a great blessing, because it's a karma card to me when she appears, because you took up the challenge that the moon laid before you, and it's a life lesson. So good job, Gemini. And now that's why we're seeing the brother of the Knight of Wands here in the Knight of Pentacles in the sixth card placement of what's happening right now. Again, the encouragement, let's take a ride. I don't know where we're going, but I know I need to get out of here. So the creative energy is stirring, especially on top of the Queen. The Queen wants to bring all her knowledge and experience, combined with that enthusiasm, excitement that the Knight, like when you were younger, Geminis, right? You ran at it. You didn't care if anyone told you no. Off you went. I thought it's a good idea, and here I go. If it was or not, you learned your lesson and moved on. But there was that excitement for the adventure and joy of just exploring, right? And that's what's stirring in you right now. out, but it's got a whole lot of experience and knowledge to be shaped in the queen. So it turns out just dynamic and wonderful, right? And the Knight of Pentacles is that material world. Home, family, relationship, work, our bodies, community, the way that we're thinking. And this guy is all about, like, you planted seeds already, which is kind of what you've been doing, right? See what sticks and what's not. You've been hard, like tending them and giving them love and everything, including yourself as a little sprout. And the knight says, hey, Gemini, hop on my little horse. Let's see where we're going. Let's go see how those sprouts are doing. Let's go see how our harvest is going to be ready for tomorrow. And I know you know this is happening, Gemini. So take this faith and belief and kick the Nine of Wands, kind of like that tiredness aside. And I'll also clue you in here. All your wands are straight, right? And in my deck, you go into safe harbor. So you know that's happening as well. And that safe harbor gives you that peace and meditative state to make that connection to God, and all these kind of creative and hard cards to lead you in the next direction. And it's stirring, it's not going to change. And it's all about doing things for the heart, for the people that you really love. And again, that's been part of the reflection. We'll get to that in a second. Some people stayed, some people didn't. And you really had to learn some hard lessons, but it was for your betterment. And I think you're starting to realize that now, and how lucky and grateful you are for the people that were there and that did remain and stayed by your side. You know what I mean? That's solid foundation. You can't build a house on sand, right? It's a good thing you found out that, so you could build it on the solid rock of who you are and all your friends are, right? And that's validation here in the seventh card placement, the Three of Cups. The seventh card placement is how we're feeling about ourselves. So I'm feeling like I'm falling in love. So those of you that are in a relationship that are trying to really make it stronger and better, not only celebrate it, but like those of you that are married or whatever, like maybe go renew your vows, take that extra step to make those people in your life feel really grateful that that you have them, and so on. That's the Three of Cups. It's marriage. It's falling in love, bringing partnerships, relationships to the next level. It can include business and friendships as well. So again, it's a celebratory state out of that Nine of Wands. So you're feeling this out of the general gist of all the thing. I'm tired. I went through so much. And I get it. I've been there, done that. But now God's stirring your heart and you want it as well. So the Three of Cups. And Gemini loves to be in love. Even just with the thought of being in love and having like a crush style on the heart, that's just exciting. And you rule that domain, so go grab it, okay? Fake it till you make it if you have to, but I don't think it's necessary, because I think you're really stirring in this way. You just need to open the door and let the light in so God can get to work, okay? And see how other people view you, which I love this, in the eighth position, because we've had some funky McGumpy stuff here in the past. And the Five of Swords is the good luck in the area of tarot numerology, but there's always something funky to get over to get to the good luck in the tarot. But in the Swords, it's not anything but stand up, which is really nice, because you're breaking the way that you had to do things in the past, the way that you had to compromise yourself for other people, the way that you had to kind of almost swallow your own voice and your own identity. That to the ancient tarot was a journey of the swords. And when we reach the five, the good luck is from you already did the hard work. You already got pushed and pulled and had a lot of friction and had a lot of judgment and had a lot of people challenging you, and you had to engage and defend. It's a bunch of BS in a lot of different ways, but it's the only way that God in the universe can get you to know who you are. We have to be pushed and pulled sometimes to understand our own integrity and character and ethics. It doesn't happen with the happy stuff. It usually happens with the tough stuff when we do not want to cross a line, or we see other people crossing a line that we would never cross. And that's kind of the reason why some of those people had to go by the wayside, which again, for your betterment. But now people look at you as really strong. That's the inner message of the Five of Swords. It's that confidence again, built out of taking on the tough lessons. And you can only get to that inner confidence by having walked the walk and talked the talk. And you've done it, Gemini. So this is so fantastic. In my deck, this is God in the universe, justice as well. Okay, so no worry about revenge or anything. We're going to get to that in a second. Leave that to God in the universe. They have their own karma thing, but there's good karma for you. And other people see you as powerful in this area now. So wherever you need to do to strive forth with a real cool, like, hey, strong headset and strong heart and strong spirit, walk it, babies, because you earned it. And again, that's the only way you're going to get there. And that's a powerful message to anybody that was kind of like shady McGady to you. You ended up on top. And I'm going to say that the reason why is the ninth card placement in our hopes and fears, we have another five, the Five of Cups, right? Another good luck situation, and this one's a lot harder than the Five of Swords. The journeys are both the same, getting there, but they're a little bit tougher. And, but actually I have to say maybe not, because here in the Journey of the Cups, which is our heart, it's the only time you'll see the cups turned over. There's 4 of them turned over and 1 standing, so there's still possibilities for you to take your love forth. But I need to spill those other cups so you see people in situations in a realistic light. They turn those cups over with their own shady behavior or nasty remarks or nasty behavior. That's been a really tough journey, especially for Gemini for a while. It's been that push and pull, but you're coming out of it now. And what I love about it is, especially in this 9th position, so we don't need to be fearful of those kind of people anymore, right? We're walking with the 5 of Swords, and especially the Queen and the 10 of Cups I'll throw in there as well. But it's your inner voice now telling you, my BS meter is going off. I don't dig that kind of behavior. I don't want to be close to that person. Or wow, that guy or gal has a really great energy, and I really like that vibration of positiveness and like inner confidence as well. Like you're going to match up to other people. That's the 10 of Cups reflection, right? You have that respect for yourself. That's the only thing you're going to attract in return. So believe it, decipher it. That's what I was talking about before. Like there's some little garbage that still needs to kind of be boxed away and thrown away, so even visualize that. Like take all those people in situations, put them in a little box and give them over to God in the universe and send them off into space. So that's the 5 of Cups rather. It's for your betterment. Do not be fearful. And here's a really cool card in the 10th card placement, and the outcome is the 6 of Pentacles. It's a celebratory state in the area of the material. But in tarot, it also means the gift of money. And it comes everything from just literally cash to discounts and bills, sweat equity, wherever the case may be. It has never failed to materialize in any reading that I've ever done. Even when I started doing professional, like in quotes, tarot, I was reluctant to say it, but it's never failed. It always appears. And that's, in an outcome card, again, that's part of the foundation that you've been building for that tomorrow. So believe in it. And what's the other thing about the reflection of the 6 of Pentacles? It's kind of a message from God in the universe saying you're worth it, no matter where it comes from. And it can even come from other people. I've seen that, but it's a reflection that you're worth it. So let's say you're even looking for investment capital or expansion or doing those kinds of things, like taking on some money to make those changes for yourself. That's a reflection of the 6. Do you trust you? That's the whole validation of the Queen and the 10 of Cups. And again, the experience that speaks out of the 9 of Wands is really intense, and along with the Moon. So you've got so much good favor here, so much good karma, and so many good rewards that God is shaping for you right now. And I know you could feel it, Gemini, in both of you, right? So in this, again, I love this card in the bonus, right? We got the Hierophant. So it's God's message to you saying, believe, believe, believe. I take the universal message of God and I make it a material reality in the Hierophant. And because he's sitting under the Knight of Pentacles, I want to take those ideas that you have of the creative meeting the material and make them manifest for you. I want to be of service. I want to be of a healer, a teacher, a mentor. He's also traditional religion. So if you're looking to connect with God, even outside those traditional means, God doesn't care how you get there as long as it's a good heart and good intention. And I guarantee you've been calling on God in faith for a long time now. And this is you. Okay, that's the other thing about the Hierophant when it appears in a reading for me. It's a reflection of you, of coming out of that dark cave of emotional and spiritual enlightenment, and maturity now, right, gets manifested in you. So it all gets combined with your creative, your heart, your intellect, and all your experience and knowledge. So believe, 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 Gemini. It's a really cool week for you to just clean up yesterday and get ready for tomorrow and shape that what you want to be, because that's your expertise as well. So thank you for visiting the channel. And if you're so inclined to subscribe, it's just been so amazing. I understand that's what gets the algorithm moving, and I can't be more appreciative to all of you.